Yeah, I'm wearing a turtleneck and hey everyone, my name is Christina. Welcome back. Video 2. Okay. Last week we talked about brushes. Yes. Yes, so last week we talked about brushes, so check out that video if you want to know a little bit more about these guys. So this week we are going to be discussing paints. I get asked a lot of questions about paints, what kind of paints, what brands, what do I suggest, things like that. So I just wanted to do a video on it. I'm going to be talking about paints, but I'm going to be talking mainly about oil paint. There's all sorts of paints out there that you could use. There's oils, there's acrylics, there's watercolors, there's markers, there's colored pencils, there's all sorts of mediums that you could use. But for me, I particularly like to use oil paints, so I'm going to be focusing more on this. Okay, cool. I like to get my paints at Michael's. They have a lot of good sales, and I really like this brand called Winsor and Newton, excuse me. And this one is titanium white. It is fairly expensive because it's white, and also because this is a really big tube. There are different sizes that you can get. You can get either the big one or the little one. This one's the 37 millimeter, this one's the 200 millimeter. So every color is going to have their different prices. For an example, yellows are extra expensive because of the pigmentation that it takes to get it this bright. Also reds are also going to be really expensive because of the pigmentation. So any of the really bright colors, my favorite colors, those are going to be a little bit more expensive, so just expect that. How oil paints are made are with mixing a dry powdered pigments with a select refined linseed oil and mixing it to a stiff paste consistency and grinding it with strong steel roller mills. The consistency of the color is very important because it has to be smooth, buttery consistency. It can't be stringy and pasty and tacky. We don't want that, no. So why are oil paints so expensive? Let me tell you. Oil paints have a very specific and long process to make the color, pretty much. So they have to go through this grinding process and also have to go through the mills 3 times to make sure that it's that perfect consistency that each and every tube has to be. Each pigment has to be sourced and treated individually to make sure we get the right color every time. But also, some colors have to be grinded a little bit more to get the color that it needs, as to others don't. So you don't want to grind them too much because then they'll lose their pigment colors. So that's why they have to be individually treated. There's the different sizes. This is the small one, the 37 millimeter tube. For something like this is the Winsor and Newton brand that I like to get. Here, I don't know if you can see that. Winsor and Newton, it might be backwards, but it's a pretty known brand. Something like this would be anywhere between $6.99 and $14.99, depending on, the color, of course. I got 3 different ones here. The reds are going to be more expensive. As for these big boys, these are also Winsor and Newton. Nope. Oh, a little bit there, yeah. These are also Winsor and Newton. These are the 200 milligrams sizes, and these typically go to $44.99. I looked it up on the Michael's website, and they do get pretty expensive. But if you are really committed and really want to do it or have a really big painting, these would be the ones to go. I typically get like my whites and blacks in the big sizes because I use those colors the most. but unless I'm doing a painting that involves a lot of yellows, I get the big guy. But if you're doing something small, like anywhere between super teeny tiny to 24 by 30, these sizes are good. I can work. There are different kinds of brands also that Michaels has there, which there's another one called Gamble, and then Gamble 1980 as well, that they offer there. There's different levels of artist. They have level 1, 2, and 3. I either typically use 2 or 3, depending on the color or the size that they have available and whatnot. I've never tried the Gamblin'. I'm sorry, I was saying Gamble. It's Gamblin'. I've never tried that brand before, but if you have, please let me know what you think about it compared to Winsor & Newton. If you've tried that brand, I've never tried it before, and I'm kind of curious, but it's a big commitment to get, you know, that too. But I think I can make the commitment and try it out. Or you can just let me know. Just let me know down in the comments what you think. There are coupons that Michaels offers. They do have some online. I get them emailed to me and I can use those sometimes, you know, especially for these big guys here. Or sometimes they have sales going on in stores. Like you could buy one and get one 50% off, which is really cool. So it helps. There's just some tips there because these paint can really get expensive, and that is also what I take into consideration when it comes to, you know, with talking with my client and planning everything out, because the bigger the painting, the more the paint I'm going to be using. So the more expensive I'm gonna have to charge them, because $45.99, this is a lot. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I have for you today on my paints. If you have any further questions, please let me know. Write down in the comments, like, subscribe, and share. Also check out my Instagram at InsideAPaintersBrain or Christina Leal. Check it out. I have some of my paintings on there that I have done over the years. So check those out. Let me know what you think. I got some coming up soon that I will be posting that I'm working on now. So check me out, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Almost forgot to mention, next week we're going to go over canvases. Super excited about that topic. Just a few things I want to touch up. So yep, see you next week. Peace.